Okay, we are live. Christine Howard, yay! We got
Today's the
Today
day.
is the day. What an exciting day! And oh my goodness, it. This is something that you've worked so hard for to get to this place where you can say, "And this is my book. I am the
A
author
published
of this,"
author, yes.
and you're actually a best-selling author.
Oh, that's so
And
exciting.
so we're so excited, Christine. Can you share for listeners, and I got to get your banner up so they can actually pick up a copy of the book?
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah. What is it? What was it like for you to actually pull this book together and get it written and actually brought to the world? Because I know it's been quite a journey.
It has been quite a journey, and there have been a lot of emotions. There have been a lot of phases to this journey. Definitely in the beginning, I was so excited because it was a long time dream of mine to write a book. I didn't know when, I just knew at some point I would. So when I actually said yes to having somebody guide me on this process, I was beyond excited. And then once the draft was written, though, I realized this is just the tip of the iceberg. And there's edits, there's deciding how to publish, there's refinement. So I actually, Becky, put the book down and picked it up 3 different sets of times because for one reason or another, either I just wasn't ready myself to take the next step, or I was engaged in a different project in my coaching business. And so it was a bit of a hilly and twisty turny road. But you know, just like, yeah, go ahead.
The fun part about it, though, Christine, is that you stuck with it, and it is a journey. And actually, in that journey, we learn so much about ourselves, and we refine. You know, what you wrote originally, I'm sure was refined each time you took it, you picked it back up, and you're seeing, wow, I've been actually growing a lot since then as well.
Absolutely. And I think that was a big part of it for me is, and here's the thing about me too, is what I can sometimes put out is I know there's something deeper inside me, and what comes out initially is what my brain and kind of the logical part of me can create. So when I did see that first draft, as happy I was as I had the first draft, I did already know there was something more that wanted to come through. I just couldn't access it yet. So for each time I put it down and gave myself time to grow enough where I could then express from that deeper level, that's what made the book ultimately what it is today.
And it's a fabulous book. I have already started reading it, and we've been back and forth because we've been walking together on a part of this journey.
Yes.
And I'm kind of, even though I can look at a manuscript and there's always that kind of quick precursor, go through it like this, but there's nothing like actually picking up a copy of the book and able to mark the key things that you really love about it, go back to it and reflect on it. And in this book is absolutely fabulous what you're sharing here. And for the title, Radiant Achievement, Turn on Your Life, Your Essence, and Your So-Called Centered Calling, it's something that so many of us are on that journey to do. And it is a journey. And it doesn't mean just because you've accomplished great, big, wonderful achievements that it's not a constant journey, because every life continually brings us the things that can help us to refine who we are and what we're all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that you said that. And part of it is, and I love that you spoke to the accomplished piece, because I felt like I was one of those women who had accomplished a lot in her life. If you looked at the external markings of my life, and yet inside, I knew there was more, and it was more that soulful connection to my deeper purpose, not just to have a family or to be a wife or to create, that cultural success. And so that's what I really wanted women to connect with also in this book, is that there's tools in here to help you really live your fullest essence.
There's always more, isn't there?
Always more.
Always more.
It never ends unless we choose it to be done.
Well, and the thing is that for most of us that are on that journey to really really standing in the true essence of who we are. It is quite a journey, and it's a step-by-step process, and it's a repeat, and a kind of wash and repeat.
And it can be 2 steps forward and 1 step back too.
And it does, unfortunately, and every time I think I've got through,
good.
I had something happen in my family the other day, and I was like, I thought I was above that.
Yep.
And so it's in that moment and how you react to different things. It's just life. So for readers, for the sake of those that will be listening or are listening to this right now, what can a reader expect to get from this book?
Yeah. So first and foremost, they can expect to get some new ideas about achievement, about how to live, and about leadership that are grounded in your inner essence, in your inner powers, in your inner worth. And it helps to give a whole new approach to each one of those things: how you live, how you lead, and achieve. And you'll also hear my story and my journey of how I was living that strategic way and controlling way, and how then I shifted to this new approach and the results that have been a part of my life. And then lastly, what people can expect are practical tools. I have a lot of exercises, activities, and resources that I personally use to make this shift to radiant achievement myself. And I want every woman to be able to use which tools speak to them to take that journey for themselves.
What I really like in the book is that you have these little darkened outs. It's hard to get the reverse.
The reflection areas.
The reflection areas, which is truly, and that's something that I always look for in a book is, okay, what's the step-by-step that needs to take place? What do you recommend? What kind of activities can I do to kind of implement into my life and to make it to where I know that I'm connected, connecting to the growth that I need, that I wish to accomplish too.
And that's the key. We can read things all day long. Trust me, I have over the years thousands of books, right? We all do that are on this journey of really wanting to live our best life. There's a lot of books we've read. And one of the things I learned from Stephen Covey years and years ago from taking his courses is, great that you learned something, but what's that one next thing? What's that one nugget that you will take forward and implement starting now? So the reflection questions at the end of the book, or at the end of each chapter, are designed for just that, to help you go deeper and really reflect, take the material and then relate it back to your life. And then as a result, what is that shift or change or new awakening that you want to bring to your life?
Absolutely. So now that you've accomplished this, it is a major accomplishment, and kudos to you. And I've watched you on the journey, and I love how you radiate the wisdom and the joy and the beauty of who you are, and you live by example. So what's from here? What's from here? Yeah, what's going forward?
Well, I really realized, and people like you and other mentors I've had have taught me and helped me really realize that publishing the book is just a starting point. And now it's really getting out and spreading the word in whatever way I can. So I'm planning to get on podcasts. I'm planning to do some live events myself, and get myself, submit for articles and the newspaper and speaking events. So if anybody out there has connection with the group, that's truly my intention, is to connect with more and more women to help them understand this powerful message of radiant achievement.
Beautiful. And you do have an in-person book launch coming up.
I do. At the end, right now it's tentatively scheduled, or it's save the date is June 26th. So I'm super excited to after today to really start planning that out.
Awesome. And you have some other good stuff that those that know you have been kind of helping you get some events booked, and
Yes.
It's pretty exciting what's happening for you.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Through one of my friends, business associates, fellow female entrepreneurs, I have an 80-person event coming up in June, and I'm so excited to connect with this group of women to have some wine. Actually, it's a wine and book event, to have some wine and again, share the message of the book. So I know, a big part of my journey was how I did my wake up through my divorce. So I know there's so many women that have faced a similar situation to me. And there's, anybody out there that's really struggling from divorce, this is a great book to help you get your feet on the ground. And so I'm going to be looking to connect with other groups and organizations that are supporting women, that went through similar things to myself.
That's beautiful. And it's so true that when you publish a book, it's just kind of the starting point. It is not the end. It is the beginning. And you thought, you thought that writing the book was the
I know.
The
Darn, you get over one hill and then you see there's a whole another hill, and it's actually even bigger than the last one.
Right, because at this time, we're doing a huge push, and we have a lot of media going on. We have all kinds of exciting things happening, but at the same time, it's as the weeks and months and the years start to roll by, if you don't talk about the book, if you're not leading with it, it will get lost, and it doesn't get found. It will. I always say it gets lost in the cobwebs of cyberspace. So it is a time where it is a tool. It is a tool. That you can use to help further the cause of what your passion is all about. And so do you have a course? Do you have a coaching type of session that somebody could tap into if they're just picking up your book and saying, wow, I just really like what Christine has to say. How do I get in touch with her?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I am a coach. So that is, I coach one-on-one primarily right now. And I have a couple different programs that people can tap into. My Radiant Achievement Bootcamp, which is really a personal introduction to Radiant Achievement. I've got a deeper dive for someone who's really just kind of done with living the way they've been living, and they really are committed to making a transformation. So that's a longer journey, 6 months together. I have a mastermind. I'm going to be reformulating some things in for the woman that's the entrepreneur and wants to apply these same powers to her entrepreneurial journey, to her leadership journey. I have a mastermind. And then I also have an app, which is so fun because if somebody just wants to, kind of get their feet wet and learn more about these concepts and really isn't ready to step into and commit to their own personal transformation or wants to do it at their, in their way, then my Radiant Achiever app is a perfect way because there's so much of this content, which one more quick thing about the book, which is super exciting and so unique. I've never, as far as I know, I'm the first one ever to do this, is that my book is linked to my app. And so at the end of each chapter where you have the reflection questions, there's also a code that will unlock bonus material in my app. So you can get a more personal message to help you implement the concepts.
Perfect. That's beautiful. And I have an app too, and it's just still, I'm beginning to wonder if I'll ever get it fully developed.
Maybe you need some help from a coach.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm like, in fact, I had a conversation yesterday with Robert. Like, where is my app? It's, it's a constant, there's a lot to do to have an app really function or work, everything. But an app for me, I use apps all the time and I often prefer it. And I would, because in those quiet moments, you pick up your, what do I want to read? I want to learn a little bit something, but it doesn't mean I want maybe like intense. I just want to grab something that will really touch me. So, and that's where an app comes in beautifully. So congratulations on having that put together. And it's beautiful. I love your app.
Thank you.
For those that are listening, be sure and pick up a copy. We have the link to Christine's book. It is both in a Kindle version and in the paperback. I'm of the mindset that there's nothing like touching and feeling a beautiful book like this, where you can really soak in the goodness of it. But be sure and pick up a copy of the book. And if there's any last little message that you would like to put out to those that are going to hear this or are listening right now?
Yeah, well, I want to do one quick thing, is a huge shout out to my launch team. They have been amazing. Combination of friends, colleagues, and the support, enthusiastic support that I've received from them has truly meant the world for me. So thank you for all of you that have been part of that inner circle. And I'm celebrating you today, as well as the launch of the book. And yeah, just for everybody else, I truly, you're not here by mistake. I believe there are no coincidences, that you've run across this live stream or this replay for a reason, and there's something here for you. So take a pause to go to my website, ChristineMarieHoward.com. There's a book page, or go to the link if you're seeing it live here to check out the book on Amazon. And we're connecting for a reason, and to trust that today.
And absolutely trust it, yes. And for those that were on the launch team, you did it as an author. You did an exquisite job of making sure they knew exactly what steps to do, what to take. But it still depends on them to follow up, and they've done a remarkable job. So that's all due to your leadership.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Celebrate this day. Celebrate. Take time to joyfully celebrate a major accomplishment, and just revel in the time. So,
thank you, Becky. And I so appreciate your support and guidance, and how you've held my hand through all this launch prep. I had a friend ask me, you're probably going crazy right now. And I said, honestly, I am like calm. I've got all my ducks in a row. Like everything's I felt amazing. Radiant achievement and your support has helped me to really be in a place of just joy through that journey. So thank you.
Well, you've been fun to work with, because you do the things I ask you to do, right? So the things that need to be done. Sometimes you can work with an author and they get busy on another project and they don't follow through, and you're like, oh dear, what am I going to do? So this has been really, I feel very honored to have been able to work alongside of you. And I know there's been many others that have filled in these different steps that has gone over the last several years that have brought it to the place that it is now. So wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you. Marsh Engels, one of them. Do a shout out to her if I can. 100%. Ariella Wilcox was the gal that I had hired to help me through a 7-week process, write the first draft of my book. It took me 7 weeks. It was originally going to be 6 weeks, but that was like intense, but I did it. And Balboa Press, who's the publisher for the book, all the people at Amazon that helped to get the book up live for this event today, and so many other people that I'll actually be doing a big shout out to in my social media coming up on Friday, naming some more names. So thank you for everybody along the way.
Awesome. Very good. Well, we have a blog that is out, and we have we're using Google Business posts or social media posts all over, email that's just gone out. So there's a lot of good stuff that's taking place on your behalf today.
Thank you. I feel so supported. Thank you, Becky. Great having this conversation and celebration with you today.
Thank you, and congratulations on an amazing book. All right, we will end our broadcast, and just know that this is a first step of many wonderful steps coming your way.
Thank you.
Thank you.